In this lab, you are going to study how to create a mathematical model of the HVAC system and how to design a PI controller for the system. There are two objectives of this lab. First, to create a mathematical model of the HVAC system. Second, to design a PI controller for the system. The oscillation that occur with on-off control can be avoided by using a linear PI controller. To design such a controller, a model representing the actual plant is required. Feedback control is used to continuously monitor the temperature. The system reacts to the disturbance to maintain a stable temperature. This is the block diagram of the closed loop system. Here delta TR is the reference temperature, BSP is the set point weight parameter. I will explain it in the later slides. Kp is the proportional gain, Ki is the integral gain, and Kv is the slope of the ramp. Delta Tc is the output temperature. The closed loop transfer function from the relative temperature reference to the output temperature measure relative to the ambient temperature is given by this equation. Two control parameters that we are going to use are Kp and Ki. Large values of omega naught give large values of controller gain. This implies noise which will create large variation in the control signal. The set point weight parameter BSP can be used to adjust the overshoot of the response. This is the VI of the PI control. Here you can see this is the chamber temperature, this is the ambient temperature. You can calibrate the VI by pressing this calibrate button. You can generate your set point signal using these parameters. You can adjust amplitude, frequency and the offset. These are the control parameters which are Kp, Ki, BSP, set point weight parameter and TR anti-wind up tracking constant. You can adjust these parameters to improve your response. Here you can see the temperature response. This is the heater voltage. You can turn on the heater by pressing this button. Four control parameters that we are going to use in this lab are Kp, which is proportional gain, Ki integral gain, BSP set point weight parameter, TR anti-wind up reset parameter. I will explain the effect of this parameter on the system response later in this lab. Now let's see the lab task. The first lab task is the calibration of the VI. This task has already been explained in the previous lab. In order to calibrate your device, I have run the VI and turned on the heater, and now I am pressing the calibrate button. Basically what the calibration does is it basically aligns the system 0 degree with the room temperature. For better visualization, you can change the scale of the graph. You can change the control parameter from this section. This is how you calibrate your VI and the system. The task number 2 is qualitative PI control. In qualitative PI control, basically we are going to randomly change the values of Kp and Ki and observe its effect. In this task, first I am going to set the Ki to 0 and change the value of Kp between 2 and 10. First I will set the value of Kp to 2 and then I will set its value to 10. Let's observe its effect. Kp will basically improve the rise time of the system. It will also decrease the steady state error and settling time will be improved if higher proportional gain is used. You can see here that I have set the value of Kp to 2 and this is the response of the system when the Kp is 2. At low proportional gain, the system response is quite slow. You can see here that it takes longer time for the system to achieve its set point at lower proportional gain. There is a lot of steady state error in the graph. Now I am increasing the proportional gain and changing its value to 10. You can see from the graph the system response has sufficiently increased. Hence you can say the rise time has improved. These are the ideal behavior of the system. Here you can see when I have set the Kp to 2 and Ki to 0. There is a lot of steady state error. The rise time is very slow in this graph. You can see here the set point is not achieved quickly. And when I have set the Kp to 10, the steady state error has sufficiently reduced and settling time is improved here in this graph. You can clearly differentiate between these two graphs. Next I am going to change the value of Ki. Here I have set the Kp to 0.5 and changing the Ki value between 0.25 and 2. From this graph you can see here when the Ki is 0.25, there is a lot of steady state error in this graph. When I have increased the value of Ki to 2, the steady state error has reduced. So it means increasing the value of Ki reduces the steady state error. In task number 2, you are going to study the effect of anti-wind-up preset parameter. For the understanding of anti-wind-up preset parameter, let's take an example of actuator. When the voltage is suspended, the actuator should turn off, but instead of turning off, the motor keeps running, which will cause an overshoot in the response of system. This happened because we use large value of the anti-wind-up preset parameter. If we use a smaller value of the anti-wind-up preset parameter, the motor will turn off as soon as the voltage is suspended. So using large value of anti-wind-up reset parameter, the motor will remain in saturation phase and will turn off after a certain interval of time, and that will cause an overshoot in the system. Now let's see our HVAC system and observe the effect of anti-wind-up preset parameter. First I am going to set the value of anti-wind-up preset parameter to 100 and observe the effect on the system response. I have set the desired parameters in the signal generator section, and then I will change anti-wind-up preset parameter to 100. Here you can see I have set the parameter to 100. This is the plant response. Now let's see at the graph. Here you can see that our output is not tracking the set point. Blue line is the set point. Here you can see that our heater remain in saturation mode after the voltage is turned off. this happened because we have set TR value to 100. This is very large value, and the heater remain in saturation mode for a longer interval of time. You can see here it is not properly tracking the set point. Now I'm changing the value of TR to 1 and let's see its response. Here you can see from the graph that signal has started tracking the set point. You can clearly see here from the graph. In task number 3, you are going to study the effect of set point weight parameter. If we set the value to 0, there will be a less overshoot in the system response. Increasing the set point weight parameter value, the settling time will definitely improve, but there will be an overshoot in the system response. Let's see the effect from the following simulation. You can see here I have set the value of BSP to 0 and there is no overshoot in the system response. The settling time of the response is quite high at low value of the set point weight parameter. Hence you can see here that there is no overshoot at low value of the set point weight parameter. We are going to change our set point weight parameter value to 1. Increasing the set point weight parameter value to 1 will increase our settling time. Settling time increase means that our system will achieve the desired response faster, but there will be a slight overshoot in the system response. Here you can see if I have changed the value of set point weight parameter to 1, the system response is achieving the desired value faster, but there will be a slight overshoot as you can see here in the system response. Hence we can say increasing the set point weight parameter value to 1, the system achieves the desired response faster, but there will be a slight overshoot in the system response. Settling time is also improved. In task number 4, you have to design a PI controller. You are given this zeta and omega naught value, and you have to find the Kp and Ki. So from the formula you can see here, you also need the value of Kv. This Kv is basically the HVAC model gain. You have already found this value in the last experiment. Use this value and find the values of Kp and Ki. I am supposing the value of Kp to 24 and Ki to 2.5 for the testing purpose. Now we have to test the controller. Again I am calibrating the VI and the system to have a better response. I will set the value of Kp and Ki as found in the last task. And then I will see the response of the system. You can clearly see from the graph that from the design controller values of the P and Ki, the system will have a better response as compared if you use the random values. There is no overshoot in the system response, and there is less steady state error by using these values. You can clearly observe the graph that the system is behaving nicely. See the lab manual for the post-lab task. In the post-lab task, you have given with zeta and omega naught, you have to design a new controller for the system. Attach your results in the lab report.